Now the vehicle that I had before was a 2015 Ford CMAX hybrid, and I bought this filter for $15, which for the CMAX was relatively cheap. They're cheaper even for this Kia Soul, but since I didn't buy one for the Kia Soul, what I want to do is I want to modify this. This is a fresh breeze from Fram. That's what they call it. And so we look inside the filter, the box here, and here's what you get. You get a filter that looks like that. Now, it's made in China. There's the airflow. You can see the charcoal in it. And the airflow basically comes from the white side to the charcoal side. So it goes through the charcoal filter last. Now, let's see, compare side by side with the Kia Soul. So the CMAX is about 8 3/4, and the Kia Soul is about 8 1/4, so about a 1/2 inch. So we're going to have to trim a 1/2 inch from this way, from the width, and once again 6 5/8 versus 7 3/8. So we're going to have to cut on this dimension as well, and then we're going to try to just glue the edge back on, and then see if we can get some use out of this filter that I have for a 2015 CMAX, which I no longer own. Okay, so here's the filter, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut across that line there, and this filter here, if we can cut down this pleat there, it'll be good, and then maybe remove this and re-glue it to the edge of that. It's basically all we're going to do. I'm going to use scissors. Alright, so how you doing, buddy? You go, boy? A little tired there. A lot of sleep in your eyes there, guy. Alright, so what I did was I cut this way, which is, I guess, the width. And then I trimmed off the little felt from that side, and also from one other side there. And then what you'll see is, this is the piece I cut off. It's truly a charcoal-filled, there's charcoal particles in there. A little bit here on the ground. And then I'm just going to cut this piece off, and I'm going to remove that edge and put the border back on. And to do that, I'm going to hot glue it. So as it turns out, removing the remaining charcoal filter from this edge piece turns out to be more work than it's worth. This whole piece is glued in there. So I looked at the old one, and there's also a ton of glue there. So that's not going to help me out. So if only I had a thin piece of cardboard that I could cut and then glue to the edge of this. Something about as thin as this and about as wide as this. I guess I'll use the Fram box. So here's what we got. We cut the piece of cardboard out, and I'm just going to tell you how to glue it. It's pretty easy. I mean, you're just going to hot glue. You're going to start on one edge. Make sure this is cut to the perfect size. I didn't realize it. I cut all the way across there and then left that length, and then ended up with a pleated filter that was no longer square. But anyway, what you want to do is you just want to glue right here. If this was your piece of cardboard, you're just going to dab some glue on there, stick the filter on that side. Then you're going to do the same to the other side. And you're going to leave the filter in between loose. And the purpose of that is so you can get it glued in correctly. So once you have the two ends done, then you're just going to, the pleats are flexible, you're going to move them out of the way, and you're going to put a strip of glue, 2 strips of glue right down here. And then you're just going to push this together before it cools. And then just leave it. I marked the airflow direction, and here's what we got. So we've got a replacement filter that I paid way too much for a different car, and we're going to put it back into the Kia. And that's it for today. Thanks. If you like my channel, subscribe, share, whatever you have to do. Comment. Thanks. Have a great day.